Say the PSA.
I'm like,
How about everybody just dress like they got some motherfucking sense? How you doing, everybody? We are the Youngest Pride Podcast here with Aiden, Donnie,
Nakia,
Kennedy,
and our guest.
Sanaya.
and this nigga right here. And today we gonna discuss what's on your head. That hair.
Hair.
Your
Gonna be
nappy
discussing
ass
black
head.
hair.
Black hair, yes. Black
Yes.
hair. Black hair.
But before we start off, we're gonna go off of our icebreaker. I forgot what it's called for a second.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, our icebreaker is who is that who is that white person that the black community does not play any jokes about?
Meryl Streep.
Why?
Explain.
She eats. She can act till she drops, and she's just so cute and cool. I don't know. I've never heard a black person say anything like, "Oh, she was a little worse." I love her.
Okay.
Dad Castle.
Thaddeus fucking Castle. Practice he'll hit the hell out of you and then go to a relic because he feels like it.
Mountain State.
Because he feels like it.
You know you're gonna have to look
Would
at
I be
the whole time.
wrong?
A great Blue Mountain State.
Would I be wrong to say like kind of Eminem? Would I be wrong?
Oh no, we definitely play about him.
Like it's a 50-50.
Yeah,
You
like,
say something wrong about Eminem?
It's a 50-50.
cause like most of the time he does stay in his lane, but like other times I feel like he be disrespecting us a little bit.
You know, I'm definitely saying
He
Bill
does
Nye the
sound
Science
good.
Guy. Bill Nye the motherfucking Science
Yeah,
Guy.
Bill Nye.
None of us play about him. None of us. Like the whole thing with him and SZA. I remember that rumor that they were dating or they were sleeping with each other.
crazy.
That was like insane. Y'all remember that rumor?
No.
No.
I'm not commenting online like
That's the
Your
rumor that
whole
they-
life is online.
I never heard about it. That'd be crazy.
That was
That's
it was because they were taking pictures together and everything like that.
Snap, bitch, you
But okay, so let's start with the the first question. Not really a question, but the first topic that you could just like pop off of each other. Hair texture. Who wants to explain hair texture?
You
It's
should.
the
have-
curl.
This is how tight your curls is.
Yes.
You got
Okay.
multiple different types. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Like-
5. You motherfuckers just.
But what's your
There's a
call it?
5?
Not
No,
really.
it's not a 5.
If there's a 5, you need to cut it.
But what should we call it?
You don't
Like
need that shit.
when it comes down to it, because we got the 1A
Straight.
through C, and that's just straight up straight.
Straight.
2A to 2C,
Wavy.
and then we got 3A to 3C,
Curly.
and then we have 4A to 4C.
Coily.
Coily and kinky.
Nappy.
What is nappy is crazy.
Nappy.
But
Nappy.
do y'all know what your hair texture is, or do you know what you believe your hair texture is?
4C.
I'm 4C, babes.
4C.
I was like,
Nappy to the mother.
Stop! She's trying to gang sign.
Oh, that's a gang sign.
What,
She
four?
wrote the C.
Oh, you put a crib. Oh.
Yikes.
Oh. We're gonna blur that part.
4C.
We're just gonna blur that part. You know, it's all killed.
Oh
4C.
So what is your hair type?
Yeah, what's your hair?
Nappy than a motherfucking.
Okay,
God.
4C.
4C. What is yours?
4B. It's a mixture of 4B and 4C.
Yeah.
I can see that.
When it comes down to specifically hair texture, what do y'all believe like the discrimination is? Like within our community first.
I feel like they hate on people who have tighter curls
They do.
because they're like, oh, it's exotic.
I feel
I wouldn't say
You call it
exotic,
something
but I
exotic?
think they would call it like ghetto
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
ride shorts and all this other
yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of times, like when I went,
Sure.
when I went to a hairstylist, they would be like, "What type of hair texture do you have?" And I say 4C, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do it." Like for the longest time, I had to go to my mom to do my hair.
That's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I never had problems. Like, well, of course I never had problems because I did my own hair. But I've seen a growing trend of people who have 4C hair or really thick hair. Whenever they go to write their hair done, they basically have to have a flat iron because they're like, I'm not braiding it if it's like in its natural shape. It needs to be straight. Oh, so you
Yeah.
can't braid.
Yep, because personally, when it comes down to it, like I said, well, like you guys have said, I've never really had any problems with that. Mainly since I go to my family or even a family friend.
Yeah.
And then the one time when I was thinking about going to someone, because I used to go to the Dominicans to get my hair done, they wouldn't charge anything extra. It'd be simple. They do my hair, and my hair was healthy. But whatchamacallit, there was this one lady that I was gonna go to, but she was charging like an extra $50 for 4C.
Oh no.
Are we
That's
serious?
hair discrimination.
Yes, this lady was charging an extra $50 for if you have 4C.
No, I pay $75 to get my hair done.
5?
But yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
even pay that much for a retwist.
I get a wash.
Oh.
I don't understand how this
I hate that. I hate that they charge you for a wash. They never used to charge us for washes. Now they do.
thing.
Well, when I'm sitting there for about an hour doing one side of my head, yeah, you make 75 makes sense. Look, I'll pay you. I hate washing my own hair. I hate it. I'll pay somebody to do it. It feels great.
Yes, it
your
does.
head
Scratch.
scratchy.
They be like in there just scratching your head. I'm like, I'm in love with you, mama. Not my mom, but like, you know how people say mamas?
Freaky.
Oh my God.
Back in 2016?
Just
I don't
freaky
care.
dog.
I be in love with them. Like, they be scratching. It's just like, bro, I just want to marry you at this point.
I'm gonna teach my man how to do my hair. I like wash my hair. That'd be
He's gonna disappear.
He is.
Yeah.
Why?
That'd be fun. I do other people's hair. It's nice to have help with my.
You about to trust a man in your head?
I'm a teacher, obviously.
Anyhow,
You know, I've been
next,
seeing like videos of couples actually doing that.
what
And
color
most
are
of the
they?
men are white. Most of the men are white.
She's getting with the white man.
No,
That's
I'm
what
not.
we're hearing.
No, I'm not.
Most of the
Dr.
men are
Moore will
white.
be depressed.
Anyhow,
No.
next topic on hair texture and whatnot. What is a stereotype that you hear when it comes down to specifically?
Your hair is so hard to manage. Oh my gosh, I killed myself by forcing hair. I use 3 products. It's not that hard. That's my stereotype.
I was gonna say specifically in general, like when it comes down to not just yours, but like almost everything.
They say curly hair is so hard to manage. It's not. People overcomplicate it and want to put 10,000 products in their hair. You really only need a few, especially if you're using natural products. But you want to use all those stuff with sulfurate. Not sulfurate. With like sulfur in it, all the bad stuff. Just use an aloe vera leaf and get on what you did.
We love you, not dandruff.
I'm gonna say sometimes that doesn't work with some people because everyone's hair is
my
like
shit,
different.
no.
I know,
Got
but
dandruff?
an excessive amount of products, I feel like that's just a major product because you don't need that many. You don't need 20 products for your hair.
I agree.
Yeah. You just need the one that works and then just some like reserves.
And this is coming from someone who has a serious scalp issue who only has one thing that works for my scalp because I have like eczema on my scalp, so my
Shit, me too. I
Or-
just deal with it.
Oh, get the hair tea from
Shit is bad.
get the hair tea.
I don't know. Personally, it kind of depends on things because I have my leave-in conditioner, my moisturizer, and then of course my mousse. I don't really put gel in my hair, but I do have a gel. It just depends on what am I doing for that style that I'm trying to do. Cause I'm trying to like wear my hair like with my like wet and go like curls type of thing. Have my mousse and my leave-in conditioner, and then I'm also gonna have my gel.
Right.
And then whenever it comes down to just twists, I don't do much for it. Like sometimes it just depends for people how many like different like things they're gonna be putting in their hair. And so I had a lot of friends who had 3B and 3C hair, and they had a lot of products, but it worked for their hair. That's what it like works really good. Their curls were amazing to come out. Some of them, their curls were like crunchy and it wasn't like good, but they later learned that this is not working for you.
Right.
So it's just like all depends on the person and what their hair is like.
I understand that because when I didn't have locks, I used about like, I want to say 3 to 5 products for my hair. But now I mostly just use water, oil, rose water, like, because my hair, like, it's low maintenance. I don't need to do a lot for my hair. But I used to, like, my hair was really bad. Like, I used to have to do it myself, and mom had to. So, I can understand, like, a lot of people need more products to manage it. But I feel like as you grow up, you don't need that much.
Yeah.
You know how your hair is.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking that's gonna like fall and spill over.
She's so like 30.
No,
Grandmother.
I'm just clumsy. I'm sorry. I thought I'm just.
We know she did it for our own.
This
How much did you want to hit them?
Oh, that reminds me. When you said like stereotypes about like hair,
Yeah.
like with people with locks, they think we're immediately dirty.
Mhm.
Like
Oh my
they think we're
goodness.
dirty
I hate
because
it.
we have locks. My hair is clean.
Exactly.
You
Is
don't
it-
wash your hair.
Which is a whole other thing outside of the lock. With the same thing with the locks, whenever it comes down to black people in our hair compared to non-black people or people who don't have our hair texture, and when we say, oh, we don't wash our hair every day or every week, or we wash our hair like twice a month or once a month, depending on the person, and they're like, that's so dirty.
No.
We have different
I
hair.
have friends abroad, and I was explaining this to them. And at first they were like, "Isn't that unsanitary?" I was like, "If I wash my hair as often as yours, it will fall out because my hair can't isn't microwave." And they were like, "Oh, I wish my hair was like that." I'm like, "Yeah, it just takes a little understanding. It's not nasty."
Yeah, no, I hate that whole thing that we're just dirty because our hair and whatnot. Okay, bro. Okay. Anyhow.
From my experience with
Tofu slaps.
Girl, we're on the topic.
We're on this
Fat
experience.
alright, so
Big back.
I've had my locks for like 4 months
No,
and
you have them for like 5 minutes.
I'm about to say,
No,
I'm gonna be
she's
honest.
over
I
here
didn't
talking-
realize you had locks. I always thought you had 2 strands waves. When did you get the locks in?
Oh,
What do you
so
mean?
I could tell. I
was-
could tell like you both were. Starting the
toe,
locks.
it was like
He
middle
did
of
it a
October.
week after me.
Middle of October.
I remember.
Yeah, I could tell that they were both starting their locks.
Yeah.
Because that's all men do these days.
To be honest, like I'm rocking with it, but I'm not, cause I miss getting my hair braided. I miss all like
Once they get long enough, you can get it braided.
I know,
No,
but
it's
it's
not
like no,
just
it's not the
that.
same.
It's not.
The same.
It's
like
really
that
not.
wash and then that
Yes.
braid and that. Oh
And then like
my-
you looking for like new styles to do.
I'm saying, yo, my
Oh,
whole
that's-
Pinterest is full
yes,
of the styles I
yes,
used to do.
Yes, I'm like I miss it.
And
I can't.
the
go
main
back
thing
off
is,
of-
I miss my fro. And
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to get my hair permed. I was supposed to get a perm before this. I was supposed to get a
You
perm.
missed the whole conversation.
I was supposed to get a perm. I
You
still
said-
never got my perm.
You said
I never got my
We'll do
perm.
hot takes
man.
later, bro. We'll do
I
hot
said
takes.
you're gonna have to get a Jerry
Or a Jerry
after
curl.
40.
Yes.
My mommy
It
used
looked
to say-
wet, but it's dry.
I know what it
It
is.
looked like it
I know
hurt.
what a Jerry curl is.
Mhm.
That's terrible.
Isn't that a lot of oil?
What?
But it's dry.
It's dry.
It's
Have you
wet.
ever seen the movie Coming to America?
Oh my god. Too good on fire. Oh god. But what's about on topic, back on topic.
Yeah, I'm like,
The Michael Jackson cut.
it's cool.
That's cute.
Michael Jackson hair got caught on fire because of this shit.
Yes.
Pepsi set him on fire. The Jerry curl didn't catch on fire.
His hair caught on fire.
Cause it was curled up.
Anyhow, back on topic.
Yeah, I just miss it. I miss it so much. Cause
you straighten your
I had 2 different stylists, my cousin and my girl, and I would just flip flop between them. Now it's just I don't trust nobody but my girl in my head because she started them and she does my research and stuff like that. But it's like it's not a lot you can do for the first like 6 months. You just get your retwist and
Yeah.
maybe
Gotta
some
wait.
2
I
strands.
understand that.
Yeah, maybe some 2 strands and then you just go.
I just gotta wait.
Like it's not a lot you can do because they're still maturing, so you don't want to fuck up the process.
I feel like you're gonna have fun with like burrow twists.
Yeah.
Because
She
there's,
Oh,
like,
she already told me she's gonna make me get barrels. And
Yes.
she's
They're
gonna
very
like it.
similar.
You're gonna like it. Yeah, she already said that.
You're gonna like it. Next time.
Whether you alive or not,
She has
Do
what they
you?
say.
Does she charge you?
Fuck no.
what do you think?
I wish the fuck
What do you
she
think?
would.
No. What do you think she charges him?
I'm about to say he pays her.
Hot take.
Not money, but he pays her.
Anywhere.
I definitely pay her, just
Hot-
not my
hot
money.
take.
What do you think he
Bro,
charges
but-
me?
I think
Think about what Kyria said or in High School Host Club.
No,
He paid her with his body.
I feel like if a style takes a certain amount of time where it's super intricate, even if they are close to you, they should pay you. Because my sister wanted me to do a style on her that was going to take 10 hours, and she wanted to pay me.
Sister, that's different.
That's
You can't
yes.
fuck your sister.
Whoa.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, if it's like really, really long, I'll be like, I mean, that is.
If it was my man, I probably wouldn't, because I would expect him to buy
She
it.
won't charge her.
She's
own-
charging.
her
No,
own,
I,
but-
I said I wouldn't, like,
It depends
like,
on the
charge.
style. Wait, in all honesty, it depends on the style and whatnot.
I wouldn't expect him to charge me because I'd expect him to buy me stuff and be like, oh, well, you bought me stuff, so I
He's gonna pay you
He's gonna
loving.
pay you back in another way.
He's gonna pay you
Exactly.
in loving
He's gonna
strokes.
pay you with your
Loving strokes.
But what's what call it? That's an actually good hot take. But personally, not personally, that's something like the last style I had, my auntie did.
You should have let me do your hair.
Fuck no. And so within my family, I never my auntie never charged me for any of my hairstyles, and I was like, she said, I'm like, oh, how much are you like charging for this? She said like $150, and I'm like, okay. And so I asked her, when do you want me to pay? She had said, Nakia, have I ever asked you for money? No. Then why am I asking now? Okay, thank you.
My
Like,
aunt.
Thank you.
Like, see how you don't
She
know.
did this, and she was up until 5 a.m. doing this right after my mom's birthday party.
Nah, for real. Like my hair takes long as fuck because she's still learning how to do them and they're still, doing their thing.
How long was I gone?
My last retwist took 6 hours. I got there because she's still learning how to,
I mean,
and reconstruct them because they were so
oh,
fucked.
yeah, you said
Yeah.
okay.
I was
Yeah,
in
she
the
had to
chair
reconstruct
for
like 10 of them.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean,
Because he goes to a loctician. I go to someone who's learning.
when I do my hair, like when I do my retwist, it usually takes me like 2 hours. Yeah, I don't want to pay money.
Real.
I'm trying to keep it away from the mic.
And like when I got my hair braided, when I was in like, I would pay my cousin because it's my cousin.
Right.
Plus she need bread to do whatever she does. I wouldn't pay my girl though.
You do
'cause-
whatever she
Cause
does.
that's your girl.
yeah.
Alright, so before we move on to protective hairstyles, does anyone want to talk about whenever it came down to childhood and their hair texture? How was it growing up with your hair texture?
Boom! I couldn't even
back
enjoy
my
it.
head. I couldn't enjoy it.
You ever just get hit in the back of your head by a grown man just hitting you with fresh out of
Anyway, my mother relaxed my hair.
Oh.
And she would do styles and stuff, but she would do it like every so often.
She got that
like
mega
relax
burn.
it. And then I would get it flat iron a lot too. And then I started like having her do it
Damn, I wish I
naturally.
got a super.
And then I
You
realized
didn't
that
have to like a
I'm
chop?
not doing that right now.
Cause you said you got
no, I don't remember if I did. I was too young to remember.
Probably.
Yeah, but yeah, I used to have cute hairstyles, and I got when I went to Texas for the first time, we got my hair done by these African ladies.
Oh, I know your hair was stinging.
Ooh!
It hurt, but they didn't
I know.
my hair didn't suffer from it at all.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, your hair ain't gonna suffer.
Oh, it was
you are
purple.
though.
Oh yeah, it was speaking French too, and like I knew French at the time, so I was like, dang, y'all about to get fish? Like, let me get some too. And then they looked at me crazy, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah.
Damn, so you got your hair hurt.
And no
And
fish.
by some African Creole ladies. Jesus
They
Christ.
were
I mean,
Here.
okay.
Why are you moving?
with me, well, my mom did, like I said, my mom did my hair most of my childhood, and like my great grandma would do my hair too. But you know, with grandparents, I think they were still used to like the flat,
Hell
The
yeah.
hot
the
comb.
hot comb. So like I was burning and shit.
It shouldn't burn you.
Hell yeah. Nah, rude.
No, I know
No,
exactly
no,
what
like
you're
I'd
talking
be
about.
sitting in the chair and like she would have the comb. and I
Hold
would
your
get-
ears.
Yes, and like I would get burnt. One time I did get burnt like on my ear with that, and it was traumatizing. But she made it seem like my hair was a bad thing, and I think that's because they used to perm their hair
Yeah.
and they used to flat iron their hair.
Yeah, look
So,
at this jigaboo nigga.
yeah, if it was in if it was an afro, my mom did it like a cute with like little bubbles things. She'd be like, no, go to the salon, or she'll like take it out. She'll take my mom's hairstyles out, y'all,
Oh.
and like brush it out, and then take the hot comb, press it on there.
Come back looking like fucking.
Got
Damn.
like a little.
Hell yeah.
Got like a little.
Oh my god. Put the rollers in that
Yes,
motherfucker.
ew.
God.
That shit was disgusting.
See?
I wish I could go back and smack the shit out of that lady.
That's what, because I remember when I used to stay at my aunt's house, because she always had the fresh perm. What? Always.
Oh my
grandma
goodness.
She
did.
always had a fresh perm. You see her without a perm, that's like seeing Jesus walk over there. You don't ever see it, but you got faith in it. Because she like, does she ever get her hair? Like, nah. Does she ever like let it? Hell nah, she don't. Always had that perm before she go to bed. What she got in her head? Them rollers. She got the rollers with the coffee, rollers with the dinner. She take the motherfuckers out, pray, go to bed.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, damn.
Wait, take them out and then go to bed.
Oh no, she would keep me in. And then
Yeah.
once she wake up, she got coffee and everything. Take them out while she drinking coffee and shit like that.
Personally, when it came down to me growing up with my specific hair texture, my family, the same thing. They always braided my hair. I had the crochet hairstyles too.
Oh, that's so cute.
Me too.
It was definitely a journey with a lot of it. My hair was always done. My mom relaxed my hair like once, never again. That's because you can't scratch your hair or it's just gonna burn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it burned like hell. And then whenever it came down to me straightening and getting my hair straightened, I hated it. I hated the hot. I actually have trauma till this day when it comes down to getting my hair straightened. To the point the hairstylists would be like, "You were burned, weren't you?" Yes, I don't like it. Like I would feel the steam. I'm like lynching.
Yeah,
I was
it's
too.
so bad.
But what you would call it? I actually grew up hating my hair, and that's just because of all the white places that we lived in. And so when it came down to living in white places and outside of you being black, your hair is also different, and you're not like the mixed black girls. No, you're black. You're a whole Negro with the knee. Like I grew up, and my family always said, "You have the nigga hair."
Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that nigga head on.
And so like
You got some nigga that on
My
your head.
grandpa, he was so like creative with his name calling. He would call me. He
Nappy
said like you
head
look like a
little child.
sheep's ass. Like she's
Oh yeah, you got that sheep ass on your head, Steve.
right.
I was called this nappy head child.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Nappy head motherfucker.
But yeah, they were just hating. They couldn't have our beautiful hair.
You got
For
that woolly
real.
hair on your head. Hell, I
But
heard no.
yeah, now I love my hair. I used to straighten it all throughout middle school, as much as I can, to the point actually it was all throughout like 4th and 5th grade. And then by the time like I hit 6th grade, my mom chopped off like half my hair because it was just dead. And so going into middle school with short hair, oh god, it was so
that's
bad.
embarrassing.
It was.
I would have just gotten braids.
That's the thing. Where we lived, there was not a lot of braiders.
Did your mom got one?
We found an African hair shop, but they're expensive.
Expensive and your head gonna be singing.
I mean, I'm happy that like my mom, even though like I had like my grandparents and stuff, my mom, she always gave me creative freedom on like what I want with my hair. Like she'll find new hairstyles to do on me. One time I cut all my hair off, like in like my first year of high school.
You had the baldy?
First year of high school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you with the
Look,
baldy.
and I got a texturizer in my hair, and I went.
You had the S curl, dog.
You had Jerry.
Oh my!
But no. It was like
I want an S curl so bad. Just because.
it wasn't like. It was just really really short. So I did like my little
Mini fro.
mini fro.
Yeah. Big chop. Oh, that's
Big chop.
crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, what you ate probably.
I did eat chest.
Yeah, until like, what was it? When did I start like having like creative freedom? Like 8th grade, I was always bald. I was always. It was one of three. I was bald. I was an athlete, so you had to have the mohawk.
I never had
that in the mohawk.
Yeah, I did.
Mohawk, or like you wouldn't be bald, but you'd be almost there. Like you had a one.
Like
Most of the time, you could
Really,
see
really
my
short?
scalp. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because like my mom tells me to this day, she was like, "I'm glad I had a boy first, because when I had you, I did not know how to do hair, so you would have looked crazy all the time." So just to negate that,
Yeah.
I didn't have my braid. I didn't get my hair braided for the first time until 11th grade. Yeah, it was.
damn, no cornrows until 11th grade.
Because I never had the length.
I bet you cornrows.
You never had the what?
I never had the length. Because it was always either too short or I never had a full head of hair until like 11th grade, because I would either get the bald fade or I would just be bald. So it would look dumb anyway. So I'm just leave it out and just let it do what it's doing. And then I'll cut it again. I cut it, and then I started growing it out, and then I started getting braids and shit like that. And I was like, might as well lock this shit. So here now.
Yeah.
Still mad I ain't get my perm. Or at least, at the least, a silk press. I wanted it so fucking bad.
Alright, let's move on to our next topic.
Protective style.
Yay! So, can someone explain what exactly are protective hairstyles within the black community?
That forehead is crazy.
Just explain what protective hairstyles are.
Protective hairstyle is a low maintenance style that prioritizes the growth of your hair. Well, does it?
Sometimes,
It's not just
sometimes
growth.
not
Growth
growth
in like the just it protects
The
your hair.
health,
Yeah.
the growth.
Exactly.
Something where you ain't gotta touch it all the time.
Yeah.
You touch your hair, you kill your hair.
Yeah.
What's your favorite protective style? Okay,
Oh
Kathy.
my
Okay.
God.
Where the motherfucker?
The mini twist with a braid at the beginning of the twist.
That's what she does all the time. That's why I say favorite.
To keep it tight, look down.
I just like two-strand
down.
twist in general.
With the braid at the beginning.
Wait, at the beginning. Me personally, well, can I say like locks?
Yeah, they protect
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna say locks cause lock girly hair, but when I had like my natural hair out, this is my natural, but like when I didn't have locks, I want to say it was braids, but not knotless. I like the box braids.
Hell yeah.
And people always be like, you don't like knotless? No.
Fuck you.
That shit almost took my hair out one time.
Who did your hair because they did it wrong?
They did do it wrong. And I was like, oh shit. And I never went back.
I never got it.
So I got box braids. I got box braids, and then I always like a cornrow, a little cornrow.
Hell
I
yeah.
got twists. I always got twists. I never got cornrows.
Like what type of twist?
Just regular 2-strand twist. I didn't get one with rubber bands.
What's your favorite?
Cornrows with an obscure pattern. I don't like straight backs are cool, but if you got some shit that got a story in your head, it just adds
Yo has
more.
rice in his hair.
Rice is crazy.
Yo got corn and rice in his hair.
Oh my goodness.
My favorite used to be, well, my mom, she used to flat twist. She used to flat twist my hair all the way to the side, so I look like I got the lemonade braids.
Don't get me started on those fuck ass braids.
No. But then I get like little twists
I'm
on
getting
the
more
side. Like,
flashbacks.
it wasn't any out of hair. It was my real hair, but like, I used to get laid. My mom was a hairstylist, y'all.
Bantu knots.
Ooh, those were cute.
Yes, I always love them, but at the same time, when I do it on my natural hair, I kind of feel a little masculine.
Why?
I don't know. I just always feel masculine whenever
Well,
I do
I
it
just
with my
have-
own natural hair.
I just
I
have a
think
bunch of
that's-
them pulled up.
Son.
That's actually hard.
I had this. I was supposed to
How
get it
long can you keep that in?
for as long as you
Yeah,
want.
it's.
So long
It's
as you keep it.
cornrows.
I'm about to say, like,
Once you
I'm
keep it
trying to think
short.
about the new growth, though. Whenever your hair grows,
I say
it's
about
gonna still look
like
the
2-3
same.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no. No.
Yeah.
Also, that
That's
kind
for-
of reminds me.
That's some shit for like, say you want to like prom or like a formal or something.
Yeah,
you don't
no,
wear that shit just to wear it.
I'm trying to think about what's something good to help with keep my hair healthy and long.
Oh, just some straight backs then. Fuck.
Yeah.
I
For
love
me, it
my
was
straight
twist.
back.
It was straight 2-strand twist.
Yeah.
I
But
can't wait till
My
I
hair
get
grew too fast, bro.
Exactly.
to be honest, I like cornrows, but I think I have a hate for them too.
I don't
Because
like the
no,
right head
it's personal for me. Cause when I was like a baby until I was like 5, my mom would just do straight back. So now I don't got no
Hell yeah.
edges. I don't
Hell
got no
yeah.
edges.
Oh my goodness.
Now I don't got no edges. She said it's all my fault, baby. I'm so sorry. But I'm like, I have no edges because of her. I have no edges because of straight backs.
Personally, when it comes down to with my edges, because my edges came back, I didn't have edges for the longest because I kept doing like the slick backs.
Yes.
And I did, you know, that one thing where for some reason it was like for like in the beginning of 2010s, probably like mid 2010s, where we had like these shoestring and like we did a puff up there, if not a
Oh
shoestring.
yeah.
I did that all
my
the time.
head used to hurt. So
Oh my god,
bad.
that took away my edges, bro.
Yes.
I would like if my kids ever say they want to do that, I'm like, don't. Slick backs in that one. If you want good edges, get rid of it.
I don't know
My
because
son got
I
me
used to do.
bald.
I didn't do the shoestring, but I would get hair tie that was a little bigger, and I like force it down my neck, and then I just push it back, which is basically like a shoestring. But it never like messed up my edges or anything.
It will. Well, I feel like
Yeah,
it
big
did
boy.
mess up my.
You do got
It
deep
did
forehead.
mess up my edges, but it also gave me really bad headaches. And I think it's
Yeah.
because of how tight, like, we would tie it. Like,
Hell yeah.
I would push it far enough back so my head wouldn't hurt.
Apparently it did hurt.
You had a front taper.
He line you up, girl.
But yeah, that's God.
Oh yeah, it's
Is there
Damn, I'm just getting my fucking
I want my
I'm sick of
child.
this shit. I might comb these bitches out tonight.
what you call it? When it
You
comes
just
down
getting braided, bro.
to protective hairstyles, what? Not even just protective hairstyles in general. What is the most attractive style on someone like that you like? When it comes down to dating somebody, what is the most attractive
I
style?
need a man with an afro.
she needs
Afros.
man with long hair. That's what
Afros are nice
No,
though.
no,
Because
I'm
I'm
not
braiding
saying
that
that's not
shit.
nice. I'm talking about Kennedy in general. All the men she talks about is just men with long,
Long
hair.
hair. Let me do your hair.
They
You
must
see how
hate
there's
her.
silence when you said that?
show hair.
They about to shake. I actually kind of wish this was a man who has an afro, just so within a year or two into their relationship, he just gets the buzz cut.
I would.
Actually, this might seem like kind of petty, but I like men. I feel like I look at men with mature locks. Because, like, if you come to me with starter locks and you say some sideways shit, I'm gonna just comb the shit out of your locks. Like, don't,
Now
With
what?
the
dude?
long
don't say this to me.
like down to their back.
No, like, you know.
That's
Like the ones that are there.
Yeah, that are there.
Because it also shows like, okay, you can stick with some bullshit.
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
little
I get, well, that, and then I always like the shortcut. I like anybody for real. Like, I don't really discriminate with that.
I mean, I'm not gonna discriminate, but I do like afros. I feel they are the most attractive
The
out
other
there.
day I saw a
They
man
be
with
sassy.
small locks, like all the way down. I was like, he was literally like Rapunzel. I was like, OMG.
The men with afros are sassy. You try to ask them, oh, what's your hair care routine? They try to gatekeep.
Yes.
Like, are we
Yeah,
serious?
cause who are you?
You're like, who's you?
No.
I used to do that shit all the time.
I always
gatekeeping.
How you
Don't
keep your shit
gatekeep.
so? You
Don't-
don't need to know.
How you
Bro.
keep- Why is it so moisturized? Get the fuck out of my hair.
You don't need to know.
I mean, I don't ask anybody their hair care routine unless they're like we're really close. But
Yeah.
No, they be gatekeeping. This girl was gatekeeping for so long. Are we serious with the hair tea?
Speaking about that,
I feel like I need to
Ain't
get
talking
that.
about
low-key.
She was gatekeeping for like,
Wait,
what
what does it
3
do?
months?
What does it do again? Oh,
What?
Gatekeeping!
What the hell was that?
what is in your throat?
freaky frog.
Where you just find these damn Skittles?
Don't worry about it.
Come on, give me one. I'm gay.
What?
Taste the rainbow.
I'm not gay. I
Enter
just
all
like
the
Skittles.
colors.
I just like Skittles.
All the
Rainbow.
colors, guys.
What the
They're
hell?
all the colors. We're gay.
Do ASMR.
I will beat you. You know, going hard.
No.
Okay, what were we
Damn.
talking about again?
Gatekeeping. And how men with afros be gatekeeping their hair care routine.
But it's not only men with afros, it's women too. Like, well, no. Most of the time they will tell you. Huh?
Do they like... Are you good?
It feels like I just died, bro.
I feel
Bro,
like
you're right there looking at me, bro.
it really depends on the person because
I would not touch it.
if you go up to like a girl with a bust down, I won't trust her with like a hair routine. I'm sorry, like I don't know what I never seen her real hair before, so I'm not gonna ask. Was that rude to say?
Yeah,
No,
kind of.
No, it's not.
Really?
No, because in all
That's not
honesty,
rude.
I had an old friend of mine who she only had braids in her hair, and she didn't wear wigs, but she wore wigs. You will only ever see her in those styles. Long ass, big ass hair. Like it goes down to her back.
Long ass.
And that's why she keeps her hands out of her hair.
If your hair is always done, I
Because she
feel
loud
like
as shit.
if your hair always done, like you said, I can't come to you for advice because I haven't seen what the fuck it looks like when.
Yeah. Like my roommate, I did see her hair, but some girls, they're really insecure about their hair.
Yeah, so they'll just keep it done.
Yeah.
And it's like, let it fly. It came
But like
from
you can't really like fault them for that too,
I know.
because we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
That later.
We'll get into that later, guys.
Shut up.
But yeah, most definitely when it comes down to it, that's one thing. Next topic is my favorite topic: the colonization of the black hair culture.
Explain it.
So it's just very simple. We all know when it comes down to our black hair and how non-black people are taking it and either changing the name of it or they're just trying to like have it for themselves.
I wouldn't say some styles they're taking it. Some styles are just universal. Like locks, white people, I do wear locks.
I mean, they're not. They're just not called locks. They're called something else because it's a different
But,
culture. But you know.
Yeah.
Their thing,
Yeah.
but I feel like their problem is like just like Vikings have braids and all that other shit.
Pause. We're not doing this bullshit.
No,
That's true though.
No, we're not doing this bullshit.
You see what she do? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
so-
cook and she's in the
Speak,
kitchen.
speak,
Let
speak,
him
speak,
speak.
speak,
It's a
speak,
podcast for a
speak, speak,
Like they do have their own braids.
Like,
speak.
exactly.
But speak.
No.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Everybody shut the fuck up. They have their own things. It's just they don't do enough research to know what the fuck they're called. So they go to us and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, what do you think this is? Or hey, let me Google what the hell this is, and a black person shows up and they're like, oh, so I guess it's that. They don't do their own research to see what the hell it is for their culture. They just take it and run with it.
I would like to specify we're talking about white people in America specifically.
Yeah, all them motherfuckers cross the pond.
Like the stuff like
They-
French
they
braids,
know who
Dutch
they are.
braids,
That's their thing.
That's
right
it.
there.
They're
You talking about the Asian
They should
people
look-
that's-
getting afros?
Oh,
Okay, that's
100%.
different. In
No.
Japan, they be getting them afros, they be getting the
It's
blocks,
so
they be getting
insane.
them. I'm like, dang.
Stop.
Yo,
Pause.
they be getting them-
Pause. I don't know why the fuck she's calling me.
They
Sorry.
be getting them perms in Japan for real, for real.
And-
They love us.
But I don't want to get into that whole topic of that complete thing.
Yeah.
When
You know
it,
what's enough?
That's
when it
really-
comes down to the white
You're right.
people, when it comes down to specifically the Viking braids, they
I don't know what
and
that
I hate that they try to be like when we say that y'all can't wear box braids or even cornrows, and they be like Vikings are the ones who came up with the braids.
They didn't come up with it.
It's
just
a
adopted it.
completely different braid. They don't understand the difference between cornrows and box braids, and that's our thing. The same thing you guys make jokes of. As someone who grew up around these people who made jokes about it pisses me off half the time.
Like
And
they
it's
have
just-
their own thing, they just don't know the names of it, so they
They
take
don't
what
know
they know
it.
and run, right? They
And
take what
so
they know
it's
and run.
just, and the same thing with like the Dutch braids, the French braids. Those are different. Those are French braids and Dutch braids, and not cornrows.
Honestly,
I don't got a
Like,
problem. As long as you know.
that's what I'm
you know
about
I
to
mean?
say.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
have a problem with
have
you
a
doing what you
problem
do.
with it. I might look at you sideways if your hair does not look good.
Yeah, if it don't look good.
No,
I
you
might look at you
If
sideways.
you gonna cop some shit,
But
at least
I'm
do it
not
right.
gonna say anything to you because, like, I don't know, like, where you from. I don't know, like,
Real
your
shit.
background.
You gotta think about it. If you grew up in a certain place, and this is another thing when it's like, oh, you acting black and all this other
If you
shit.
grew up around
If you
black
grew
people,
around black
That's just what you
that's
know.
just what you know.
That's just what you know.
Not always 100% like
No,
a
that's just what
thing.
you know.
Only because a lot of people who grew up around black people, they don't act black. They act.
I know, but
themselves.
you can. There's
But
Yeah,
then other people
it's-
make
You
sense.
just
Seem like
never
they
know,
act
so
like-
I don't
Yeah.
want to, like, be quick to judge.
Yeah.
But, like I said, if your hair looks fucked up, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
I don't care what you do, as long as you don't do too.
I'm just gonna keep it at whenever it comes down to people wearing black hairstyles that if there wasn't so much hate towards black hairstyles before and still to this day,
Yeah, then it
nobody would have an issue. But to this day, because of course culture is supposed to be shared. But when you have made fun of someone's culture for so long and you not all of them, but a lot of them still make fun of it to this day. Like, heck, I was online, like one of those web things where you like Omegle or something. I was on there and all these white people and other people who aren't black, they were
your
on
hair
there.
is so exotic.
They didn't say that. They were over here
Jigaboo.
laughing at my braids with the
Yeah.
beads saying they look like snakes. And so personally, if we didn't have those whole issues, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But since we still have it to this day, and even whenever I was like, I'm only 19,
You
about
got
to be
the
20.
middle
That's how long, about almost 20 years, that's still been like that even before. I wouldn't have an issue, but I'm gonna have an issue because you're still to this day making fun of it. I'm still getting hate because of this. And it's continued to be like that. So that's just my personal thing. I'm not gonna say something to you and whatnot. I'm gonna look at it like, why? But I'm not gonna say something. If you're not my friend, then I'm not gonna say anything. But if you're my friend, I'm saying something. And if you're gonna stop being friends with me, I'm fine with that.
I also, well, personally, I think both how our perspectives is different because, like, I grew up mostly with black people. So I don't see a lot of white people, like, like having our hairstyle. So your reason is valid. Your reason is valid for it. Like
It's gonna
you
leave it at
feel,
that.
you feel that way because like you see it. I just don't.
I grew up with both.
But
I grew up poor around rich white people. So.
Damn.
another thing of the
They had their
colonization.
own shit going on. We had our own shit going
Right.
on. So
We leave each other alone.
But-
we just left each other alone.
Another thing of the colonization part that I do want to talk about is them changing the names. Like, for a minute, they tried to change cornrows to, like, boxer braids.
What the fuck is that?
I don't think they were trying to change
They were trying to change
Oh, they
it.
do.
They even tried to change
Actually,
box
I did
braids,
hear
like
that.
knotless braids, box braids
Boxer
to
braids?
Nara Smith braids for a minute because Nara Smith wore them, and you know every white person loves her. Not every white person, but a lot of white girls love her. And then there was also another hairstyle. They tried to change the names of these hairstyles. That's all I can say.
You know, another thing I see is like when when mixed women wear a hairstyle, it suddenly becomes popular by white people. Like when Zendaya wears a hairstyle, like it becomes popular with white people. They love it.
Except for locks and her afro, because when she did that, they hated on
They
her.
hated that, but like
They called
when she
her
was wearing her
dirty,
braids.
ghetto.
Look at this dirty nigger.
And then they was like, oh, her hair smells like weed.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I remember that one.
In her comments and everything, she even had to send out a whole comment like
Hey guys.
cussing them out.
Fuck
This
you.
is my oil. Fuck you expect.
Yeah, most definitely that. Yeah, and it's when they try to call edges sticky bangs.
That's crazy.
What is that? That's the
I
bang.
don't man, that just sounds
The
freaky.
bang.
They white people, you know how they started doing their edges. They be calling it not all the time, but they still to this day call it sticky bangs.
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Mm.
That just sounds sexual. Ew.
Ew.
There's also the thing with bonnets. I don't care that white people wearing bonnets. That's one thing
Yeah,
give a
I
crap
don't care about that part.
Alright.
Like,
But the part I do care about is that when you have said when a white person wears the hairstyle, then that or a mixed person, then when that becomes popular, bonnets are now becoming popular for white people to the point. I even look it up every now and again on TikTok.
Yeah,
When
they're
you look up
wearing
bonnets, it's all advertisement of white people. There's no black people advertisement. There's like 1 or 2 videos.
get your satin bonnet.
Because it's an extra hair. I'm not gonna stop you from
On
protecting
TikTok
your
shop.
hair.
On TikTok shop.
There's even whatchamacallit. You know how there was a whole thing that wearing a bonnet out in public is ghetto?
Cause it
It
is.
is.
It is.
I just
PSA for you motherfuckers.
found out. Bro, what are you about to say?
I'ma
PSA
still
for
do
you
it.
motherfuckers. If you gonna wear a bonnet or a do-rag outside, if it don't, like,
If you don't have freshly done your hair or something is affecting.
if you had just came from the salon, okay. If you just too lazy to give a fuck about what the hell you got on your head when you walk outside that door, you are part of the problem.
Wait.
I'ma be
It
honest. I'm gonna be honest because I be like in the morning, like if I'm going to go get breakfast and I'm coming straight back to my dorm,
If you're going straight back,
I am wearing my bonnet.
I feel
And
like
if I'm going to the beauty supply store and I didn't have my hair done, I might wear my bonnet because I know they're not gonna judge me in there.
yeah.
I feel like
I'm talking about if you're going to.
Wait.
No, go ahead.
in general, it's a little ghetto, but like depending on the setting, it's not. Cause like when
Yeah.
I think about it, when I compare it to is like Starbucks, like white girls go in Starbucks all the time in pajamas, and I don't think that's crazy because it's a coffee shop. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I get that. They're coming in to get their coffee, go home. So like if you're going to beauty supply, if you're just going out to like a convenience store to grab something to eat, if you're going to get your dining hall or something like that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like
If you're going about your daily business with that bitch on, you have
That's
that's
kind
Like
Right,
if you're going to the airport with it on, I'm like,
Okay, pause.
Something.
Personally, when it comes down to me and when I wear my bonnet, I always wear my bonnet at the airport.
You make us look bad.
No,
You make us
no,
look bad.
I wear my
Maybe
bonnet at
on
the
the
airport
plane.
because I sleep on the plane. I just
that's
got
what
my
I'm
hair
saying.
done.
Like maybe put it on the plane, but like
Oh no,
Why
I'm
you
wearing
walking-
that shit. I have my
Why
whole.
you walking?
I'm dressed with my blanket and whatnot. I'm going to sleep on the airplane.
Okay,
We
yeah,
talk
Airport,
about it.
5-hour flight. I'm taking a
airport,
nap.
She the one we talking
50-50
about.
airplane makes sense because you're sleeping. But
yeah, but I'm taking it off as soon as I get off the plane, and I'm like,
But the thing I
But I take night planes though. If I'm going there and I'm gonna get there, it's
That's
nighttime. But if it's during the day, because I take it off if it's during the day. But if it's not during the day, I'm keeping my bonnet on. We're going straight home. I'm keeping my bonnet on.
I feel like that's how we feel about the bonnets, but do-rags, I feel like it can be seen as more of a fashion thing. 'Cause I feel like you
Yeah.
can style
Yeah.
it for real.
people, they don't really care if you're wearing a do-rag, but if you're wearing a bonnet, they be like, oh, she is.
No, with a do-rag, it depends on how you tie it.
Mhm.
Because there are different ways to tie a do-rag. If you do it the way that you don't give a fuck, that's a problem. If you don't stretch them down, if you don't stretch the flaps out, make sure them corners are straight and tie that motherfucker like you got some damn sense.
Mhm.
Wrong with you Negroes.
Mhm.
Get your shit together.
Mhm.
But
I digress.
the whole
But there's
bonnet
also
ghetto thing.
situations for do-rags. You can't wear do-rags to every situation.
Oh, no.
There's certain things you can't wear do-rags to.
I'm sorry, I was on the whole bonnet thing and whatnot. Because I see what you're talking about, but if I'm going to the store or running or a couple of errands where it's just like it's Sunday, I gotta go to the store to get this, I gotta go to the store to get that, and I gotta go to this and there.
How much you do your hair?
No, because I'm not really going out to do much. I'm just going to go
Do
get a
not
couple
do
of
much when
things.
you go in 3 stores.
I'm gonna say you're.
No, if I'm
You're still
not
going
doing
to
like
the
this is
store
like
with a public
my
area.
lazy day.
I don't know. I think it's just like how I was raised. Like my father would be like, well, my stepdad, he'll be like, take that shit off. Like
Yeah.
he
My
be
mother says
mad.
I was
What
raised
comes
like
out
that
like-
too, but I
Yeah.
don't care now because that's my mom shares the same opinion as y'all, but I personally don't care. I don't want to always like look like, oh, let me go do my hair all the time or let me
But
go
I
get
don't
this shit
think
off. I
it's-
don't feel like doing
I don't
that.
think it's that. I think it's like it's putting more of a stereotype on us that like we're just lazy and like we're ghetto. I feel like it's the ghetto stereotype and like people are pushing that.
Which
Cause
is
why can't you
it's-
just
which
do your
is-
hair real quick?
Which is
It's not that easy.
I'm about to
either.
say,
I know. I do my hair so I can do it quickly. Not everyone does that, and it's harder for people to do
But
that.
I'm
But I'm like, if you're going out for a full day,
Even
no,
half
if
a
I'm
day.
running a couple of errands, that's gonna take me 2 hours max. I'm done.
I
and I'm just going.
will do my hair.
I'm not. And that's the thing though, when it comes down to that lazy thing, and Kennedy even said it, when it comes down to white girls wearing pajamas, if they're wearing pajamas, and because I see it all the time, they're always wearing pajamas. Pajama pants, which is a simple chop, we don't call them out on that. Why not? They're looking lazy as fuck. We're getting
This
called out
podcast ain't
because,
for them.
huh?
You want me to say it? Because I can say this shit too.
I'm about to say, like, if we're not gonna wear the bonnets, and if we're gonna be like, oh, we're lazy for that, you're lazy for wearing the pajamas. Say the PSA.
I'm like,
How about everybody just dress like they got some motherfucking
Yeah.
sense?
no, for
Your
real.
grandpappy had on that crisp. He had that. Your grandpappy had on that crisp. He had that crisp Steve Harvey suit on. When y'all went to church, what the fuck you had on? You had that crisp Steve Harvey with the goddamn Stacey Adams. Motherfucking spit shine
Like,
to
you
a
just put on some,
motherfucking
like, they
tee.
could just put on
Fuck
some
wrong with you,
leggings,
boy.
some jeans. Hell, I didn't even feel like doing my hair, so I put this shit on right now.
I mean,
Go ahead.
You sure? I feel like this is a very American conversation because
Yeah.
personally in other countries they don't go outside looking crazy with their
No, they don't.
clothes on.
Because Americans are lazy.
Mm-hmm. When
Americans
I
are
went
lazy.
to Japan, I thought I was dressed crazy because they were walking down the street like runway models. I was like, oh my gosh.
Like,
It
you
depends
go
on the
like
culture.
Japan, what do you see? Babe. That's their shit.
What?
Babe is their shit.
What's that?
Oh, my fucking God.
Do you want me to pull up big for you?
Yeah. But they were dressed.
but I also like now that you said that, it also depends on the culture as well because
Yeah.
like Asians,
I
they
feel
don't
like
play that shit.
that would be seen as disrespectful in
They
Japan.
do not pay that
specifically, I know that.
They don't play.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
as-
yeah.
That's they shit. Nigga, babe, what? That's they shit. But ask yourself, if you have an elder in your family, ask them what the hell they wore on a daily basis. What did they wear on a daily basis?
My-
Not now, but I'm talking about in their teens and their 20s. What did they, what?
Do you
my
honestly want to know? Like, we were poor.
Yeah, my grandparents were kind of poor too, but they always
So
made
we-
sure
yeah.
they were dressed to
Yeah.
the T. Like
They were
especially
in
on
pajamas,
Sundays.
but they weren't looking the best.
Especially on Sundays, I don't
You
think
don't
they
have
were
to have the
wearing.
most expensive shit on. You just have to look put together.
I don't even think they were wearing jeans.
Yeah,
Oh, they
nah.
definitely weren't wearing no jeans.
Yeah, nah. You wear jeans, mm-mm.
Like maybe shorts, but I don't think they were like wearing jeans. They were probably wearing trouser pants.
Because
But,
my
like-
yeah.
Some slacks.
Because my family on my mom's side, they from a rural part of America. So jeans was for
Farmers.
working.
Yeah.
If you go out to work, you wear them jeans.
Mhm.
But you go to the general store, you go down to Miss Shirley's to pick up my bread, you go down to
Mm-mm.
Soon as you leave that horse stable, or as soon as you leave that field, oh, you don't wear that outside. Fuck wrong with you?
Right.
No
Yeah.
towels, no flannels, no nothing. You wear a flannel. That's for the white people to wear.
All I can say is,
You
when it
don't
comes
wear
down
that
to the
shit.
whole pajama talk and the bonnet talk, it's same and same. If it comes down to, oh, don't wear bonnets, don't wear pajamas. Because either way, if this is lazy, then this is also lazy.
Yeah, every it's just lazy.
I feel like, yeah, everybody has their own opinion. Like, me personally, I feel I'm not going to wear a bonnet if I'm not going to the beauty supply store.
Yes, sir.
And if I'm going out for a quick second, I will wear my bonnet. But if I'm out for a long amount of time, like for hours, I'm taking my bonnet off.
Yeah, and I'm throwing some water on that shit and getting
Right, like I'm gonna just put my oil in my
Hell yeah.
out there and then
Water in that
keep it
oil.
pushing.
Fuck out
Keep
of
pushing.
Mm.
But why don't we talk about like how people are now like expanding on like their hair, like
Yeah.
how hair is becoming more
Of a fashion
Versatile.
of a
statement.
fashion
And a
statement.
political statement.
Like Doechii,
Like,
like I love how she does
She
her hair. Doechii eats. What do you think, Doechii?
Of course I say Doechii eats. Are you serious?
I'm talking
think
about
Doechii
like,
looks-
what do you think of in general?
I don't have much. It's always hair has always been a political statement for Black people. It's been a political statement. I did a whole thing about this. Back whenever Madam C.J. Walker had to come up with her whole process when it comes down to our hair treatment and having to straighten our hair, since we have to straighten our hair to look decent in front of white people. She had to come up with a process and a system to make it good, healthy on our heads. And then after that, we had during the late 60s and the 70s and also the 80s, where we wore our afros as a way to show that we're done with all of this tamed
My
look.
black beret.
Look at
Get my
what
black beret.
was her name?
Who are you talking about?
Angela Davis. Look at
Yeah.
Angela Davis. She was doing that. A lot of women within the Black Panther Party, that was one thing that you had seen. Always your afro to show that you're not for the tamed look. And then, of course, we know when it came down to the 90s, we had the whole protective style where box braids had pop up at.
Box braids and
2000s, we
cornrows.
did go back to getting like a little bit straight, but we also got to getting us the big chop in the 2010s.
Hell
that
yeah,
was
everybody
another
was
thing.
bald.
Everybody. My mom did like one day she had like long hair right here, and then like she just cut that all off and went with a pixie cut. I was so surprised. I was like, why is my mother bald?
Why's my mama bald?
Why is she bald?
My
What's
mom
your
about to get
favorite like? Cause you said like decades. What's your favorite hair decade?
70s.
I definitely say 70s.
Huh?
70s.
Actually, I say it's between the 70s and the 90s.
Yeah, personally I think it's the 90s.
Why do you say 90s?
Cause that's like when locks were like becoming like a thing. Not a thing, but like that's
That's
when
when they were getting popularized.
Yeah. And everybody was looking.
I thought I was gonna say
So-
the box braids.
So many fine men.
Cause you know who was it? Janet Jackson ate with the box
She
braids.
ate every time. Ate. What about you?
I don't know. Whenever they did Afro all the time.
She's not listening.
I'm not good with decades. I'm not good with times. I'm not good with time.
What did I just say? The whole, what was the whole?
60s?
That was
Yeah,
the
shit every day.
late 60s, 70s. Did you hear anything I just said? She didn't hear anything I said. She's not allowed to multitask anymore.
Oh
I'm about to
no!
sub you out with her.
This is literally the first time I zoned out in this whole conversation.
Keep
She
it
said,
running.
what decade do they do the afros? Didn't I just go through the whole thing? The decades of what the hairstyles was like. But yeah, it's always when it comes down to us doing something, it's always that it's some type of statement. We have to do that.
What about like a decade that you ate?
The 20s.
2010, the 20s.
Me too. That's what
Like
I say.
2020. Why are you hating on this decade?
No, I mean like the 1920s.
Oh, the 19. That's just because that was actually right whenever
It's like-
Madam C.J. Walker had it created
Yeah,
her
that's
day.
when we started like actually like.
No, I'm talking about for
working on hair
men.
and shit.
I'm talking about for men.
Y'all got the fuck ass.
Hell yeah, we had that motherfucker. I'm talking to that motherfucker. What?
With that little triangle going back.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Look at that
for
motherfucker
Dipper
parted.
Dappers.
They're in my prayers.
If you ain't had that motherfucker parted, you got whipped.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, most definitely.
I want to say the 2010s too because I had a bunch of crazy crochet styles, and like my hair was like bumpy.
I say 2010s for me because I was always bald.
I kept getting
2010s
slapped when I was bald.
Also because I hated when the guys had the sponge hairstyle.
Yo, that was my
hated
shit.
that.
Real.
That
I
was my
hated
shit.
that.
So bad.
They were easy
parents-
for them though.
Yeah.
My parents hated it. And they didn't want to do
I
it.
did it.
I always hated it.
No, I did it because I hated doing like I would be like, cause I live next to my middle school, so I'm like, all right, boom, I can be late. What can I do so I can maximize my sleep and also be there remotely on time? Got the sponge, got the water.
That's all you had.
After you done, you throw the oil in that motherfucker so your head don't break out.
Yeah.
Cause my head, it do what it want to do.
It was
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
And then you,
I
or
hated it.
if you didn't have it, if you didn't have a sponge, you take that motherfucking towel, wrap that motherfucker around your head, and that motherfucker.
That's
Oh, we also had
2010s, the guys had the
the
braids,
comb.
the
Hell yeah, comb
sponges.
joint.
I still have
And
one.
I still got my
it was either
sponge.
that or they
I
took a
think it's
ball.
what I comb.
That's
You got, what I remember 2010s, you guys either had the sponge, the braids, or bald.
Or the baldy, hell yeah.
You get slapped.
Or the mohawk.
The
I had a
mohawk!
mohawk.
I was so
Every black
happy
kid
with my
went through the
mohawk.
mohawk.
I had a
loved
mohawk.
my mohawk. I used to eat.
The only
Yeah, I had a
reason,
couple mohawks.
I'm
If
talking
you
about guys.
Oh.
I had a
You said every
mohawk.
my
kid.
thing
I had a
is,
mohawk.
We're
my
talking
thing
about
was,
You
Boys.
said every kid.
I said boys.
She said kid.
She did say boys, but like they were
My thing
all.
is-
Don't put her
I used to hate when a nigga was like,
That's
The
what you got from
mohawk-
nigga.
the mohawk was for athletes
Make it
only. I didn't give a fuck what you did because
It's for the
OBJ,
time, right? Make it-
James Harden, fucking,
It should be
what?
around a good
if you didn't
100.
play football, basketball, or soccer and had a mohawk, we all looked at you like, what are you doing? It's not for you.
Not what are you doing?
This is why I had
That's
a
hair
I had a mohawk.
discrimination.
I had a mohawk.
You see?
Yo, that bitch right there,
I had
Is it the mohawk? I think it
the
is.
third John right there.
Every black boy had a mohawk.
No, but I'm gonna tell you what the fuck the mohawk
They did
was.
They would braid mine up on the side and then.
That's why we-
Yeah,
I would've
I
thought-
had that before.
I thought I was
where I
clean
would
with
have
that
ponytails and
mohawk.
whatnot. I just had it as a mohawk. I love that.
My mom, she did like a braided halo for me.
You
one
had
time.
James
Oh,
I
It
thought I
took
was,
so
I thought
long,
I was
but it was
clean
so
walking
Niggas
around
had
that
the
mohawk.
James. Niggas had the
Okay.
James.
Not,
I'm gonna tell you one day, I got that. I had the James Harden with the Jordan sign in the back. Nigga, I was the freshest nigga on the court. You
I,
could not.
I thought I was clean with that.
I was
That's
clean
so
as hell.
embarrassing.
Hell no, because my line was always good, and I was.
It's not embarrassing when
Dub.
everyone around you
But
had the same shit.
Hell
personally,
yeah.
whenever it comes down to this specific decade, the 20s right now, it's going pretty good, and that's mainly because that this decade we're focusing on more of natural hair.
And I feel like it's also about like individuality. Like not everybody is following a trend. Like we have our trends, but they
Pause.
don't.
Almost every guy you will see is with the fucking locks.
No,
Yeah.
no, because I've been seeing some guys with some afros as well. I feel like, and girls, we're more like individual. Like we don't really follow a lot of trends. Like
Your home.
I done seen 10
Like,
videos.
like you walk down here, you can see like 5, maybe 10 different girls with locks. If not locks, then they would either have what you
not
call
every
it?
girl here has
Pause.
locks.
Locks. What you
Oh, you
call
talking
it?
about like the
Lace,
faux
like
locks?
locks in general. They would have some type of lock,
Soft
whether
locks.
it's soft locks, sister locks, any type of locks. What you call it? If not that, they would have some type of lace front. If not lace front, they love. What was it? What's the one braid looks like the curl coming out of it? They love boho
Yeah, they love
locks.
boho.
You took
Boho
it from
even
so
the lace
it's
front.
cute though.
Hot
Bohos are
take.
so
They
cute.
were they're played out.
Hot take.
They're
Hot
pretty
take. Boho is cute, fresh. When it's old, it looks raggedy.
Yeah, I agree. with
Yeah,
that.
it looked like
So
you just
bad.
dirty.
Boho, like
You gotta
when
take
they're-
really good
when
care.
they're
of it.
old, they look.
Boho?
The one where it's like the braids with the curls coming out of the braids.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were
They're
like-
so cute.
You mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used, you know what was really
You can
like,
have boho to anything. Twist,
like
locks.
the butterfly
Really?
locks. Those were so cute.
Oh, I have butterfly locks.
That
Yo,
was-
back in
A long trend.
yeah. It was.
That's all I'm
was
saying.
cute, though.
My auntie hated that too.
Oh, I loved jade braids. Oh, I wanted to get them so bad.
I don't like those.
I wish like when I didn't have locks, I wish I experimented more.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I literally just got cornrow. I think I had like 3 obscure styles. Then it would just be straight backs because I wasn't feeling like sitting in the chair.
I was gonna do curls at one point with my afro.
I wish when I was 13, I know it would have fucked my hair
When I
up.
was 13.
I had my first.
Okay.
I cut my hair anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. I wish when I was 13, I had that fucking S curl. I just wish I had that bitch. I don't care what a nigga gonna say. That bitch was clean, and I thought I would be Mr. Bitches. I was Mr. Bitches anyway in middle school, but I thought it'd give me more. Hell yeah.
Personally, now that my hair has gotten longer, I'm pissed at it, and that's only because I want to cut my hair, but at the same time, I want to grow it out.
Yeah, same with me.
When it comes down to certain styles, that's like the bob look, like the one that I had where I had the bangs. I had to like fold up my hair into the beads, and I hated it because it looked a little raggedy in my opinion. Not a lot of people said it. Only one other person said it, and I'm like, okay, I vibe with it. Everyone loved my hair, whatever. There's this new look I found where it's a bob and it's like curls at the end of it like braids. It's so cute, and I want to get it, but I'm like, if I get this, it's not gonna be a bob. It's gonna be at my shoulders. Like my auntie has said to Kia, I braided your hair. This is how much. It was like this much is where your hair had stopped. This much is just like the braid, and so I'm like, I have to be careful cutting my hair.
Yeah.
And whenever I took my hair down last time, I cut my hair. I was on the phone call with my friend, not name dropping, but I was on the phone call with my friend. I'm like, I cut my hair. I cut my hair.
Imagine.
Boo-hoo.
I didn't think my hair was that long. I'm so used to it being just all the way up fucking here.
Yeah, I cut my hair, taking out my butterfly locks. I was sick to my stomach.
One day, I ain't gonna lie, one day y'all just gonna see me with a baldy. Not saying when it's gonna be, not a baldy, but I'm gonna have my braids back. Cause like,
You know what? Do you?
I'm the type of person, like I did this shit for the Lord. Because now, like, it was so cool to like be like,
Sanaya was talking about you earlier when it came down to a guy coming up to her with starter locks and then they tried to spit some game. She about to comb that shit out.
No, that's not what I was saying. I'm saying if you talk to me sideways, I'm gonna comb your shit out. But I'm like, also, I feel.
My thing is,
Also,
my
I
fault.
feel like you should be able to do what you want to your hair. I feel like not a stereotype. I feel like in the lock community, they're like, once you get locks, you can't go back. Like, they're like, oh, why are you cutting your locks out? What? Because I want to, the fuck?
I have a time limit on these.
Yeah, like, you don't
Yeah.
have to keep locks. Locks are there for you to experiment with.
The only reason,
doing fruities. I say I'll keep them for like a good 5 years, and then after that 5 years, I'm cutting these out.
That's fine.
the only reason they're in right now is because my girl did them. If anybody else did them, I would have my straight backs right now. Because I literally did it mainly because I just wanted my hair to grow. And my hair grew to the point where I wanted to. So there's really no reason for me to have these in anymore, apart from she did them.
Right.
So I would have to talk with her about it because like
Y'all gonna
these
comb
bitches
that
take
shit out.
no. If these if retwist only took like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, I wouldn't give a fuck. Nigga, we put time into these bitches. That's the only reason they still in. I'm telling you,
Be sleep.
it's like when like somebody drives you somewhere. If it's 30 minutes down the road, you not really gonna give a fuck. But if you ask a motherfucker and they take you 4 hours somewhere and back, you gonna feel bad. You gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
But yeah, whenever it comes down to specifically locks, because I know my sister got locks, my Bess got locks, and my mom got locks. Trayvon got locks, but he took those out in like an hour, to be honest. They were trying to get me to get locks. I don't want to get locks personally. I'm still trying to like explore my hair a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know when my mom, because she had locks, the locks she has now, that's only been there for 2 years. For like a year, she had no locks, and then before she had locks for a long time, but she ended up taking them out because of all the negativity that was coming towards her. And there's the thing that she had read and had heard that with all the depression, all that negative energy coming towards you, it might be something that goes with your locks, and so she ends up taking them out, and she way better.
Yeah.
Depression's gone, negativity is gone. She had her groove back, and so she was had no locks in for a year, and she decided to go get sister locks. micro locks.
I agree with that because my aunt went through something similar because she had locks and then like combed them out and then she did locks again and then combed them out. But that was like when she would go through breakups and shit like that and she would get like really, really depressed. So like I think she had to do something with her hair to take away that pain. But now she has locks again and her locks are all the way down to her ass.
That's so good for her. But it sounds like, you know, whenever white girls go through a breakup and they dye their hair or cut it or
Yeah.
get bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of went through something similar. That's why I dyed my hair this time.
What?
Yeah.
You went through a breakup?
I break up with myself, guys.
This is the big
Look
one.
at the camera.
Hold on. We can get back to that. The Ravens just released Marcus Williams.
Bro, we're not talking about that.
Fuck you.
Marcus Williams.
I don't know who that is.
Anyhow, but
My
yeah.
aunt, she has
Oh,
locks down to her feet.
I'm saying that
Holds them in a bag.
because I'm someone talk shit.
It's so funny because like all of my family except my mom, my cousin, and my other cousin has locks. All of my family.
Alright, let's talk about a political thing for a second.
Political.
Because this is definitely, like I said, when it comes down
I
to
actually have a legal studies minor, guys.
when, like we had said earlier, that everything we do is a statement. So everyone here know the Crown Act of 2019, right?
Huh?
No.
The Crown Act of
No.
2019.
Explain.
So the Crown Act of 2019, it was made in 2019 by a black woman, a group of black people actually, and it's supposed to help us not get discriminated based on our hair. Now that I know specifically it's for workplaces, but it might still be in schools. I don't know 100%. Fact check
I
if
thought it
you
was
can.
for schools.
No, it was mainly for workplaces.
Yeah.
But
Because they are definitely not
people been
like that.
like they have been rejected because of their hair, and there's nothing to go against that up until the Crown Act came along, and it's only been passed in 24 states so far. Do you guys personally think, with who is in office at the moment, that if that continues being passed, that they might
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He don't like us.
He does not like us, and I feel like we're not moving forward with that
A
act.
lot of people.
He literally is taking down the Black Lives Matter street. That costs
Yeah.
a lot of money.
He already took out DEI. He already took out.
Yeah, he
Well,
took
actually,
out
the affirmative
everything.
action was
But-
from him.
I feel like, well, with who we have in
Yeah.
office, obviously he does not like people of color. It's not just black people. He does not like people of color. But you could tell, like, we're not getting anywhere with that act in general because I still see, like, news videos of black kids having to cut their hair or, like, take their beads out and stuff, like, when they're playing, like, sports.
Yeah, Venus
Sports.
Williams.
Yes.
That's a perfect person.
Yeah, like, I saw
Which is crazy.
a wrestler.
That's
I saw a
like
wrestler
90s.
with locks.
Yeah.
And they made him cut his locks
There
before
was
he went on the mat.
there was a story. Now it's definitely a couple years old. Where was this girl, this little black girl in school, where she had braids and they sent her home, suspended her because that's against their dress code.
Oh, I remember that. It was on the news.
Yeah, and there's
Guys,
a
be a part
lot
of this
that.
conversation.
Yes, please.
Hmm?
There's even the thing.
Are you looking at Dragon Sport?
I remember whenever I had went to my middle school. Now that I wasn't discriminated against, they just never thought about it. We had a strict dress code. We're not allowed to dye our hair or have any hair in our color. Maybe just like a little bit of it. And so I had asked, oh, what specifically when it comes down to me with my braids? He's like, the principal was like confused about that. He's like, what do you mean about that? I'm like, because I have braids, and at the time, like if I decide to get color in my braids, he says that they have to look back over into the rules about that one because you guys never thought about that specifically.
But
Now then, I should have just shut up and just said nothing.
Right, because you're not dyeing your hair. You're just getting colored with your braids.
Which is why they never thought about that because they didn't have a lot of black kids per se. There was only 5 black kids in that school, and that's including me and my brother.
I never had.
Yeah, that's why I'm shutting the fuck up.
Yeah,
'cause
I never
had that
had
problem.
that
My school
I
was
never
full
had
of black people and Mexicans.
Yeah. They just did not give a fuck.
It was like 70-30 white. Like 70-30, like when it comes to like black and white. Like we were the minority, but it wasn't nothing crazy. It was literally we just coexisted.
I have to
I
change
had
the
my-
5 to 5.5. Sorry.
Like I had my white friends, I had my black friends. Like it wasn't nothing like.
And like administration didn't give a fuck like what we did with our heads, because it was like as long as you're keeping our test scores up, we don't care.
Right.
They
I feel like
care
that
not.
should be like one of the things they consider as well. Like I don't think you should really discriminate on students' hair if like they're the people keeping like your test scores up for the school or like I don't know.
I think I might have once. It was either it had to be in elementary or middle school. I was told to move because my hair was too big.
Well, that's just
I
no
felt
problem.
that.
There were some
But
people in my class that their hair was all over the place. I can't see the board move.
yeah.
And my thing is, it's one thing if your hair big. If them bitches stank, I'm allergic.
Oh.
Because there are so many products, there are so many serums, there are so many everything. Why the fuck does your head stink?
We forgot one of the topics of the colonization of black hair. I was gonna talk about the whole thing whenever it comes down to white people using black people hair products. Like black owned business like Millet.
Wait.
My thing is, if you want to, go ahead. It's not really gonna work.
I mean, now it's
Millet
regulated for
changed-
white women.
Yeah, because they changed Millet. A whole bunch of white women decided to go to Millet and use it, and their hair was like fucked up because that's like put bad reviews and it went down in ratings, and then they had to change the recipe, so now it doesn't work for our hair.
Yeah.
I feel like there have been some girls, white girls, and just girls in general who do use oil in their hair in general, and I think that's fine if they're using it.
It was a whole product. It was a
I
whole
know,
business.
that was crazy, but like in general, yeah, there are other girls who use oil in their hair, not just black girls, like Indian girls and other Asian girls and
It's just if you're gonna use a product that wasn't made for you, if it doesn't work for you, just leave it alone. That's my end
Right,
of
if
the
it's
story.
not for you, leave it
Yeah,
alone.
I agree with that.
Because it might work for you. Like, we do have those people who have similar hair textures to us, and they need it to, like, go with their hair. Just for the ones that it doesn't work for you, please leave it alone.
no, for real, like if you got straight bone, straight hair, you not need straight moisture. Let's put it down.
Like, for real, next thing we know, let me gatekeep. Let me not speak anything else. Because if they hear me say anything, they're going to go for it. Who is they? You know
Who
who I'm
is
talking
that?
about. You know who I'm talking about. But,
Next topic.
we're done with the topics.
Let's go.
No.
So,
No, so we got 5 minutes. So.
anything we all gotta say? No, we do not. So then, let's look at the camera. Kennedy, our outro.
Oh my goodness, thank y'all so much for being with us.
Thank you,
We will
Sanaya.
see- Yes, and our guest star is Naya. We had so much fun talking. Don't look at me like that. We had so much fun talking about black hair, and we will see y'all next time for the next topic. Bye.
Bye.
Clean your ass.
LeBron, 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 LeBron,